Welcome back to the Sovereign Society podcast. I'm so excited to be sharing with you this medicine because you're getting a sneak peek into the medicine I really share inside my courses, inside my one-on-one containers, and especially coming in my upcoming program, Business Alchemy. So if you are really blown away, which I know you will be by this episode, I encourage you to visit sabrinariccio.com/businessalchemy. And from there, you'll be able to join the wait list because this is going to be a really powerful 3-month journey to really help you build your online empire. It's time. Let's get real. But I do want to also share before we dive in one last announcement that if you are interested, if you already have a business that's running and you want to bless up your online system so that you can continue to create smarter and not harder, alchemize your systems. If you sign up during the month of February, you will be entering to win a one-on-one call with me. So if you want to check that one out, check out Alchemize Your Systems at sabrinariccio.com/alchemize-your systems. That one's another incredible program that's going to have all the programs, everything that you can just plug and play yourself with a bunch of tutorial videos so you can get comfortable with these different platforms. But I'm really passionate about systems because I want you to create smarter, not harder, so that you can go out there, fill your cup, enhance your connections, and really be with community more and not so much on your phone or on your computer, and that you can make money while you sleep. That's my main intention right here. So with all that said, I want to dive in and talk about what it takes for you to really create authentic and powerful content that not only impacts, but also converts. So I've been doing this work for a long time. I became a certified life and business coach back in 2013. I got my degree in marketing from one of the top business schools in the United States, possibly the world. And this is something I've been passionate about because I believe we have every right to activate a legacy and to build a business that's in alignment with who we are. And so, for us to understand who we are and for us to really understand the passion and the purpose behind what we do, we have to know who we are. We have to give ourselves permission to be authentic. And this is the biggest piece, is if your business is an extension of you, which I've been talking about in numerous episodes, including last week's episode, where I talked about, how do we really cultivate our mental health, honor our mental health, and also our online business, and how do we really go out there to be of service. But if you're to be of service, where you are really making an impact and being genuinely who you are, you have to know who you are. You have to be authentic. You have to be radiating in your truth, embodied in your sovereignty and in your truth as well. And so these are the big things that we have to really understand, is that to create, especially a spiritual business that's a business of purpose and a business of pure intention, you've got to know you. You've got to be willing to do the work. You've got to be willing to get out of your own way and to allow your intuition, to allow your heart, to allow your soul to take the lead. And that requires you to do work. So as I shared last week as well, you doing that deeper work allows you to lead with integrity. And that's why no matter what or when I teach a program, we're at least doing one of our first videos, one of our first teaches, or one of our first chapters of the course or of the program is so devoted to you, because you have to make sure your cup is full so that you can share from that overflow. So that's the quick little bonus piece that I'm going to share before we really dive into these 5 pieces or these 5 elements. But like I said, I want you to understand more than anything that with your business being an extension of you, you have to honor and know you. So it's okay to take a break. It's okay to have a social media sabbatical. It's okay to take that time out to readjust and to reassess and to revisit, a lot of that Mercury retrograde energy, or just retrograde energy in general. We have a lot of these opportunities to dive back in to see if we are still in alignment with what we're delivering and what we're not. So that's another big piece I really wanted to share as well before I dive into these 5 pieces. But to start, I really want you to understand the importance of knowing the pillars of your business. So what are the main pieces that you are here to deliver? So essentially what I mean by this is that these pillars are what hold up your sacred empire. This is what you're known for. This is why people come to you. So when you've given yourself the opportunity to really hone in on what makes you you, your talents, your gifts, your passions, you have the ability to streamline into your pillars, right? You're able to consolidate your energy to really attract the potential clients to you. They're coming to you for astrology. They're coming to you for nutrition. They're coming to you for breath work. They're coming to you for marketing. They're coming to you for systems. They're coming to you for emails, right? Whatever it may be, contracts that you are passionate about, something that you've been able to overcome through your own experience, something that's helped you, and you're sharing from that space of integrity, right? This is why they're coming to you, because you are the expert in this topic or in this area. So understand that these pillars are the major topics of your business and what your brand covers. So for instance, maybe you're a mentor for conscious mothers. You've gone through the journey of being a mom. You've learned the highs and lows of the challenges that can come, especially once you have a newborn or what have you, maybe through toddlers or whatever it may be. You can share your experience and they're coming to you. Maybe it's about how to help kids meditate or something like that. You can really hone into this niche, right? But let's say you are that mentor for conscious mothers, right? Your pillars can include relationships. It can include self-care, and it can include conscious parenting. While I wouldn't suggest more than 4 pillars, there can be subcategories with these pillars. So for self-care, maybe, right, you can talk about like 5 different meditation practices that can help you when your child has a breakdown or something like that. You can have these subcategories into these major pillars, but you want to make sure you're consolidating what you're delivering and that you're not all over the board, because then you're not the expert of it, right? They're coming to you as the expert. So something to think about. The second thing I would say is it's important to begin writing down the ideas and the inspiration that's coming through. Those intuitive hits, those intuitive hunches, you've got to run with them, right? So to really be successful and to avoid burnout, which I talked about when I first came back, I think episode 149, about what I learned after extreme burnout, understand that bulk contenting is the way to go. And so, for instance, I talked about this in the last episode as well. Maybe you run a podcast. It's smarter to run or spend one day just to record 4 episodes of your podcast. And guess what? You'll have all the content done for a month. Doesn't that seem a lot easier? Because I can tell you from experience, this is why I wanted to talk about this on this podcast episode, is that if you are each week that you're like, okay, I have a podcast on Wednesday, Monday, I need to record this podcast so I can edit on Tuesday and publish it on Wednesday. Burnout is inevitable. It doesn't even, also social media. If you can plan ahead and create social media content that maybe for a week, maybe for a month, but you can also think ahead of time, content that's going to support what you're offering, and you can bulk it out or have those ideas. That's what's going to help you. So if you want to run a successful business, a soulful business where you're sharing from overflow and you're not creating content because you need to in order to be consistent, right? Your soul is full. You're doing this from a space because you're in the zone. You're feeling motivated. You're inspired because you know you're going to slay this shit, right? This is someone who's tapped into their intuition if you are here to run a successful business, right? Because you need to understand that those aha moments that you experience throughout your life, they come through when you least existent, right? They come through when there's surrender, when there's trust that it's going to come through. But I can also tell you, as someone who has severe anxiety, and especially when it came to, oh my gosh, am I going to create enough content? If you're constantly pushing yourself, or if you're nervous or freaking out or anxious about, oh my gosh, what am I going to create next? What am I going to create next? What am I going to create next? You're going to burn yourself out, 1. 2, you're going to have other health issues. And 3, the information or the intuitive hunch that download may not come through because you're chasing it rather than allowing yourself to be receptive and to receive it. I think a lot of what Elizabeth Gilbert shared in her book, Big Magic, right? She talks about how the ideas that come through, they aren't ours to begin with, right? They were brought to us to be shared. And the truth is, if you don't jump on it, someone else will, because this is a medicine that needs to be shared into the collective, right? So it's great if you can keep a notebook, like a small notebook in your purse with you or in your bag. You can leave audio notes inside your phone. You can use programs like ClickUp to write down those ideas. So for instance, if I get a download of like an Instagram post or a reel I want to create, I'll add it as a task inside ClickUp. ClickUp is one of the programs and one of the templates you'll get, or one of the many templates you'll get, I should say, because there's a ton of ClickUp templates inside Alchemize Your Systems to help you organize your social media. So like I said, if you're interested in Alchemize Your Systems, when you sign up in February, you have a chance to win a bonus one-on-one call with me. So again, you can look all that in the show notes. But there's these tools that can help us and to write those intuitive hunches. But you can write these intuitive hunches, but it's also important that you act upon them. So I can't tell you how many notebooks I have of ideas or blog posts or whatever that I've written out, but I never followed through with them. So the key right there is to look through your notebooks. You know, if you're also feeling like you're having like a break or you're feeling stuck with what kind of information to come through, check out your notes and see what you have. See if you're still in alignment, or your business or the content you're creating is still in alignment with that download that may have been, right? And run with it, go with it. You can also repurpose these ideas too. But what I would also suggest is before bed to write, to journal, or to release so that you can make space in your brain, in your mind, so that you can sleep without all the gears moving. I'm telling you, these are all things I'm sharing from my own experience that I wish I was told when I invested in coaching programs that they never talked about. This is what I've had to learn from my own experience. The next, I would say, leads to speak from experience, right? So more than ever, I think as more and more people have also been devoted to doing the deep work, and that there's been an ascension and just overall expansion of consciousness and awareness happening in our collective, our bullshit meter is stronger than ever these days, right? You can tell straight up, like, this person is hungry, or this person, you know, they're coming from a space to sell, or this person's really coming from the heart. We can really tell a lot of these things. So what brings us together is connection, right? As I've shared multiple times, the Aquarian age, the golden age, this time of sovereign embodiment is about connection and collaboration versus competition. So if what brings us together is this connection, the content you're sharing is to help build trust with your audience, okay? Build trust with people who may invest in you and in your business. Maybe not even now, but eventually down the line, because you're delivering content that's like, you know what? I trust this person. I may have delivered they may have delivered something free before that I really resonated with, and that really helped me. I'm going to invest in them, right? That's what happens when we invest in these people. We have this intuitive hunch that this person's going to help us. They've helped me before in the past. I want them. I'm going to invest so that I can learn from them. So when you speak or when you share from experience, you infuse compassion to your audience, of them being like, hey, I see you, right? This is what you're letting them know. You sharing this information, you sharing from the space of integrity, is letting your audience know, hey, I see you, or hey, I've been there too. You're not alone. And the lone wolf days are over. So when we give ourselves the opportunity to set ourselves up to share from experience, right? It not only makes you the expert, but this is the wisdom that's being shared to your soul babe. This is the wisdom and the guidance they've been looking for and have aligned to within their human experience, right? There's no accident why you found this conversation. There's no accident why someone out there found you when they did, right? There's a divine assignment and a divine purpose behind the interactions we meet, the information we gather, the podcast that comes through that's here to support us on our journey. If you believe and give yourself permission to surrender it again and to create that space to receive. And that's when the allowance can really come in, where we're really in our divine feminine and that receptivity, but we've had that divine masculine of the structures to feel held and to feel supported, so that energy can really flow in, right? Speaking of energy flowing in, the next piece I would really say is the importance to really honor your rhythm and flow. So if you're out there trying to force something to happen, good luck. Because again, our bullshit meters are in full swings, and you're here to create your business, which means you are here because you are honoring you. You're honoring your sacred mission. You're here honoring your soul's purpose. And what you're passionate about is in alignment with your soul's purpose. Passion and purpose go hand in hand, right? So your rhythm and your flow are about you respecting, honoring, and knowing your energy. It's about what times of the day and what days of the week work best for you, scheduling that out, planning that ahead. So for instance, inside my program, Business Alchemy, which is my 90-day soulful business activation program, right? You'll discover what it takes for you to honor your unique rhythm and flow based on that inspired action. So if you're out there creating the structure of your unique rhythm, then you'll be able to cultivate this symbiotic relationship between your masculine and feminine energy, which will then cultivate that balance and harmony of your wholeness, right? This is what so much of the 222 energy has been about. I talked about this in the 2022 to 222 portal, is that this is about balance. This is about harmony. This is about connection. And we had to find that within ourselves. We had to cultivate this within ourselves. That's how we get to 5D unity consciousness. If you're to experience that in your external reality, you had to cultivate that within you first. That's why inner child healing work. That's why ancestral karma. All these pieces are relevant. And this is all of what I'm diving into Business Alchemy. So again, if you're interested, you can check out my link in the show notes, and you can go ahead and send me a DM over on Instagram if you want to hear more. But essentially, you need to cultivate your own rhythm and flow so that you can be in the space of receptivity, so that you can be in the space of action and share and allow it to be effortless, where it comes with ease and grace, because this is how you build a business with ease and grace. This is how you convert. This is how you make an impact, because people are craving more ease and grace in their lives. They don't want harder. They want smarter. They want ease. They want flow. So if you can embody that rhythm and flow and then share that within your business, that's what's going to convert, because that's what they're calling in, right? So the last piece I would really say about creating authentic content and powerful content that really converts is to always remember that it's quality, not quantity. So I don't want you going on, for instance, to Instagram and just creating stories that are shit, that actually don't have purpose, that don't have meaning, that don't solve something, right? You're here to be part of the solution. So I really want you to understand that the content you're here to deliver is here on purpose, and you won't be burnt out by social media either, right? If you have intention, if you are streamlined, if there is devotion, if there's discipline of like, I'm going to use social media to interact with my community, to create content, and to, enhance my audience, go for it. But if you're on that constant scroll, you're going to be in the space of comparison paralysis, and you're going to be doubting yourself and setting yourself up for disaster. So it's important to release information that feels good and can be repurposed and honored time and time again. Because creating content that can be read in January, for instance, and maybe can even be shared again in September to those who find it when they do, right? It's really awesome to create timeless, high quality content. Of course, if you're talking about astrology pieces, that is time sensitive. But if you're talking more so about business and personal development, of course, you will enhance it, but the people will find it in September, even though you published it in July. They'll find it when they do. Who knows? Maybe this podcast, while it's being released in February, someone may find it in December, at the end of the year. But it can still be content that supports them. Of course, they won't be able to get this chance to win a one-on-one call with me. But the content, this is evergreen content. And that's the content that really does well in platforms like Pinterest, on YouTube. Instagram is a little harder now because there's so much information, one, and two, hashtags aren't really working right now, but especially content that can be found on YouTube, podcasts, or Pinterest, I would say would be the big ones. Everything else there's just so much. But for instance, YouTube is a search engine, as is Pinterest. Those are search engines. And so again, I'm talking a lot more about social media and all these pieces inside Business Alchemy because you may have not have thought of that process before. And these are things I really want you to think of when it comes to distributing your content and having it be multi-purposed. So that's where we create timeless, high quality content, right? This is the rich content that's coming from deep within your soul, right? You want to be of service. You want to help something. So you want to relate to them, and that relatability is real. This high quality work that you are delivering, that you are producing, that you are creating, this shows your soul babe what they will expect and what they can expect when they invest in you, right? So I really encourage you to take the time to pencil in and schedule in time for you so that you can really deliver, because quality work comes when your cup is full. So when you nourish you, when you take those social media sabbaticals, when you plan ahead, when you have a girls' trip, when you have a weekend disconnected from social media and the internet, these are the things that fill us up, that nourish ourselves, so that from that space of overflow we can deliver. Because you are here to build a high quality life. One that is rich, one that is full, one that is abundant on all levels. And when you give yourself the opportunity to honor your energy, the opportunity to honor what makes you incredible through your authenticity, through your vulnerability, through your realness, through your genuine integrity of who you are, this is when you can really begin to streamline your mission and your intention to make a bigger impact. And this is what the lives and the people out there are searching for. They are going to reach out to you because they are looking for guidance and support. And you are here to offer and to share from that space of overflow. That is authentic content. So, again, I wanted to share this with you. My intention also this year was to create shorter episodes so that you can get these hunches and you can run with it, you can integrate. I would love to hear more of what you thought inside our private group, the Sovereign Society. You can just go to sabrinariccio.com/join and you can join our community inside there. Again, if you're ready to really start your business, I invite you to join the waitlist for Business Alchemy because it's going to be launched in March. I'm so excited. This program is literally the business development course I wish I had. And you can read the testimonials on the website. This revolutionized the lives of so many incredible leaders who are truly answering the call. So again, if you want to dive into that, it's sabrinariccio.com/business alchemy. And if you want to jump in, if you already have your business developed, and win an opportunity for a one-on-one call with me during the month of February, you can check out sabrinariccio.com/alchemize-your systems. And from there, you'll be able to have so many plug and play templates for you to create smarter and not harder. All I know is that I wanted to create this episode because I'm ready for more authenticity, more realness, and more powerful content out there. And I believe you can do it. I believe we can do it. This is how we come together and collaborate and revolutionize the world with our medicine. It's up to us. So if you loved this episode, please leave a rating and review on iTunes. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. And I'm curious to hear what you thought about this. Leave this in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you had any ahas come through, let me know over on Instagram. But again, I thank you so much for being here. I'm really optimistic for what's to come because we're doing this together. So thank you for answering the call, for doing the work, and for choosing to create genuine, authentic, real content. And I'll be seeing more of you soon. Take care. Sat Nam.